All right, Delphi Trading here with one of our members, Tonya, who has been with us since day one. Tonya, thanks for being here. I won't, like I said, I won't take up too much of your time,
Okay,
but tell us a little bit about you, what you do, as far as I know you're not a full-time trader, so
absolutely. So, Tonya Edmonds, I am not a full-time trader, but I use this trading platform as another stream of income. My full-time job is in tech. I am a AI consultant and also I lead PMO offices. But what I love about this platform is it allows me to get the alerts so I can actually still do my job, but also trade at the same time. So I am a part-time trader.
okay, yeah, that's one of the questions I was going to get to is how do you juggle your trading with your full-time job?
That's a great question. So I get caught up. So it is very hard sometimes to not stay focused because there's so many things happening there, and I get really excited with it. But what I try to do is I do time blocking. So what I do on my calendar for work between 9:30 and 10, I typically block my calendar because in the very early morning time, that's when a lot of the information you all share has been set up. If we're getting out of a trade from the day before, or if you see something at that point. Then I also take a look at lunchtime to see if there's something I'm able to do. And then my Fridays are a lot more free where I have the opportunity to participate. Outside of that, I really have to stay and maintain focus. Um, if I was, on vacation or whatever, I'm on it all day long because the rich content that's provided would allow me to get in and out of trades. But I have to be very specific about the time blocks where I'm able to do the trading. And then I
Right.
also do what you all have taught me, just as another key factor, where you all always say set up a stop loss and understanding and planning the trade when you get in. So usually when you all give us trades, you'll say, well, here's your first entry point, here's the first trim, second trim, or those type of things. I try to automate some of that so I'm not constantly watching my phone. That is another way of how I'm able to do trading while I work during the day.
Yeah, that's great. You bring up a good point because I mean I use Schwab now, and they offer the OCO orders where you can as soon as you buy it you can place a sell order, but then you can also put a stop as well. So hopefully the sell order hits before the stop, and you get out ahead of time. But a lot of people have the same issues that you're doing it part-time, and the fact that you're able to kind of block time off is really is it's actually really good and really important that you do that, especially lunch. I tell people, look, we've had physicians, doctors, come on, and there's always a time where you're at least going to get lunch and you can look at the market. Like, I don't think somebody's that busy to not look at the market at least once throughout the day or at the end of the day even, but some people they put trades on and they go a couple days and they're like, oh, what's this trade doing? And that's really not the right way to do it. So that's really good that you do that. Okay, so what got you into trading? How long ago? How long have you been trading?
It's been about a year. I started trading through a previous platform and learning about how to trade. The challenge I had with having a full-time job, I really couldn't dedicate the time to really learn all the ins and outs of training. I learned about the options and the high level information, but the time to go and research setting up trades and those type of things is very challenging with my schedule. It's not that I don't want to, it's just having the time to do so. So that's when I found your platform. It met my need and it has helped me to advance and learn more by doing. Sitting on the sidelines and listening to videos is great, but actually I learned a lot more by doing. So it's been about a year, and I still consider myself a beginner, but I am learning day by day.
Oh wow, I thought you've been doing this for a while because
No.
the stuff you post in our Discord, you seem to like know what you're doing. I mean, the things you've posted are usually, you're making money on winning trades. So that's pretty, I'm pretty shocked that you've only been doing it a year, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
So,
I also think you also give great tips sometimes when you're talking and you give us commentary. So I do listen to your commentary. I think that's been very helpful. And then I've been learning from your chart, you put the charts up. And so you help explain it to us. So that helps us to learn, which I think is very unique. And then I think at times when there's a trade from the Delphi signal, you put those videos up. And so as you use the terminology, you explain why you're doing certain things, that all is helping in my education.
Yeah, yeah, 1,000%. It's hard, especially if you have a full-time job, to look for stocks, look at the charts, am I going to take this trade? Am I not going to take it? I mean, it does take some time. Obviously, the signal helps us with not having to look, all day for stocks, but you need to put some time in. So, sounds like you have a good plan in place. We always talk about having a good trading plan with the time you're putting in and how you're placing the trades. It's really, really good. So, how have you been doing since day one? The trading, how did you start out? Did you struggle at first?
I think I'm still struggling. I think the biggest struggle I have is the mental, having FOMO.
Mm,
So that is a daily challenge. I'm getting better. And one of the things is saying, just be happy there's a profitable trade. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, I got out too soon. And you see it go really high. You're like, oh, I should have held on. Or sometimes you're hoping it'll turn around when you should have really gotten out a long time ago and it never does come around. I think that's where I'm still learning. I have not conquered the mentality of trading as of yet. What I try to do is write down what I did and how I was feeling. So in theory, when that situation comes up again, I should learn from it, but I haven't gotten there just
it's
100% yet.
yeah,
So I'm trying.
you're
I think,
not yeah,
yeah, for
you're not
example, like the ice trade we had today, we got out and I saw it go up to 320. I'm like, oh, it went to
oh my
320. But
God.
I had to say to myself, you were profitable. So just be happy that you were profitable. That's the goal. So
Yeah,
that's one of the
it's
things.
we had like we were talking about Steph and we had him on and look, everybody at some point they're not immune to emotional trading, even me when I started a long time ago, and it's the absolute worst thing in trading. I mean, not practicing risk management, stops and stuff like that, that's very bad too. But you can correct that stuff. I mean, some people that get emotional, they can't correct it. It's really like a disease. And I've had people who, for the most part, they were able to get rid of it. Other people, they couldn't. And like you were talking about, the funny thing is, it's not only when they lose money, it's the FOMO kicks in when you're making money and it keeps going up. And the number one rule for me, and I don't know if you come across this with us, I tell everybody, if you're in a trade like that ice trade you just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
it's not on my screen anymore. So as soon as I
Oh.
sold it, I don't know what it did. That is like the absolute the best thing you can do because why watch it? If you sold it and you made money, why have it on your screen? It's only going to give you aggravation like it kind of did with you even today. So
Mm-hmm.
I tell everybody, I mean, look, you're going to keep like the big names on your watch list, Apple, Microsoft, stuff like that. But if I'm taking trades that I don't normally follow off the signal or whatever, option flows, once I'm out, I'm done and I move on. It's it's
Okay.
it's the best thing you can do because again, what are you going to gain out of it? You know?
That's true. I think I need to try that practice that you just mentioned because I think that's what the problem is, and that makes even more FOMO. If I just say I'm done, move on, I'll definitely I'll put that in my toolkit.
Yeah, for sure. Because okay, let's say it goes down. You got out and you exited, nobody's ever going to get the perfect exit on a trade. So if it goes down, you feel good. Oh, I sold it, I took this money. But on the other hand, if it keeps going up, it's not a good thing. I'm telling you, they buy it again and and then next thing you know, when they buy it higher, it goes back down and they lost money now. So
Mm-hmm.
just try that. I mean, if there's stocks or trades that you're in that you don't normally trade, whether you win or lose, just get it off your screen. So,
Okay.
um, well, the next question was biggest challenge trading. So I guess the emotion is the biggest challenge of your trading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you were on another platform before you came to us. I think that's actually where I first met you there. How has your trading changed since coming here? Like when I think we launched here in February. Has anything changed? I know you're still learning as you're going, but anything that you've really learned that's helped you trading?
I think some of the commentary you share with the charts, understanding what we're looking at, when you have the unusual activity, looking at them, sometimes you don't always put the unusual activities of the ones you get into, but some of them I look and I say, oh, I'll go look for myself. And I've actually ventured out and did a few of those on my own that were not posted. So I'm getting more comfortable of evaluating some of those on my own. And I think the other thing I've tried was even the day trading, which I would have never tried on my own. I sat on the sidelines for a long time and started to watch how it's done, realizing that if I do it, I need to be able to have the time to sit and watch it. I can't just disappear and come back. But typically like on a Friday or a day when it's slow, if I have an hour or so, I may do something like that. Um, and getting more comfortable. Sometimes I think one of the things I've learned from you all is not to chase. Because sometimes I see it going up and down. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm chasing them, chasing it. And then it just causes anxiety. So I think some of those things that you all have taught, I've gotten better at. Those are the things I would probably say that has changed. And I'm getting a little bit more comfortable making larger dollar trades because now I'm more comfortable with the lessons that have been shared here. So before I may have done, one or two options. Now I'm getting to the point that I'm doing a few more. So when you're saying, oh, let's take the first trim, I have enough to be able to do a first trim where before I did not. So I think those are some of the things that I've been able to learn on this platform.
Awesome. Yeah, I know Leviathan runs our day trading channel. I don't day trade, but he's really, really good. I don't, I'm very, very particular who I bring on or introduce other people to other traders. But he's very, very good. So I wish I had the time to follow him as much as he puts stuff out. I mean, especially with crypto, but so that's really, really good. You bring up a good point though with our UOA channel with the option flows is that, there's a lot of platforms out there that supply the data for the option flows,
Hmm.
which is actually what we pay for. I pay for to get that data, but they're not really parsing it out. They're just giving you're seeing all this, option flows coming in. You don't really know what to do with it. And it's really important to, if you see something that catches your eye, check the chart, make sure you see how it looks on the chart, and then make your decision. Because if you follow blindly, you're going to lose a lot of money. I lost a lot of money when I first started following option flows for that reason. I was just buying things that were hitting the screen, especially around earnings. So it is really important that people out there, check the flows, check the charts, and make a decision if you like it. Because a lot of all the time we don't know why somebody's buying what they buy, right? There it could be, oh, they bought SPY puts for like $5 million, but it could be a hedge because they have 100 million long on the index, right? So
Hmm.
it's very important to do that. So I'm glad you're starting to step into that and on your own. And again, if you ever need anything, just you can always reach out to us. We're here. So let's see. What's the last question? What's your favorite thing on the platform? And if somebody's looking to join, what would you tell them?
I think it's the engagement and the fun because you all put the cool what do you call the memes in there and how you encourage each other. You have the
Right.
testimonials and kind of how we're celebrating one another and the rocket ships and those type of things. I think the engagement makes it fun. That's what I like about it. I know that there's other areas that you all have I haven't even tapped into, like you mentioned the crypto, the futures. Like I see how much money he's making over there. I just don't have the bandwidth to take it on right now. But I
Yeah.
know if I could probably really increase my income. But it's just a matter of one, he said, watch the videos first before you even jump into this and then follow along. But That's on my goal maybe for 2026. But I think it's the engagement and the fun, how you all make it fun and interactive, and how we celebrate each other on the wins.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, you when you're dealing with your money and you're, trying to grow your wealth, you know, you have to take things seriously, but when you're trading every day and we're posting all kinds of things every day, you have to keep the mood light, you know what I mean? So
Hmm.
even if you're in a bad trade or it's a losing trade, you just gotta brush yourself off, not get angry, no emotion, and just, kind of keep things, light and enjoyable for everybody in there. So before I let you go, any questions? Because I've asked you all the questions. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
No, I'm enjoying the platform. It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
Awesome, Tanya. Thank you again for being here. And, like I said, if you need anything, you know where to find us.
Sounds good. Great meeting you in person well, virtually on the screen.
You too, Tanya. Take care.
All right.
Bye
Bye.
bye.